This is a side-by-side comparison of my run on the left and Mad Mike's run from 2023 on the right. This is where he sets an overall rotary record. While we start both videos at the exact same moment, crossing the start line, we do fast forward through it, and you guys can do this yourself to see when progress starts happening. While this is my second year of attending the event, this is only my 6th time of ever driving this section of the road at speed. Here is where it gets awesome. I start outpacing Mike. Now, I am a massive fan of Mad Mike and what he's done for our community, and I aspire to be as good of a driver as he is. His car has more engine, it's got another rotor, and it's on racing slicks, and of course it has Mad Mike himself driving it. And yet, here I come up and start making some progress. Many of you credit me with being a really good builder of rotaries, and I appreciate that, but I think that's a little overblown. But in this circumstance, what you're watching right here is me being a better driver and ultimately needing to become a better builder to build a car for that driver. I start making some serious progress until I start overspooling my turbo and seizing it and ultimately snapping in half. That's kind of the secret of what happens. And it ends up stopping me 1 turn before the end. Now, this event was massively shortened because of wind, so there wasn't going to be a rotary record anyway. Even if I made it 1 more turn, their number wouldn't matter. So I got the most out of this and showed that everything that you guys have seen on this journey is adding up. If there was ever an ideal saying for what we stand for, it is Mazda's one of their many mottos, and that is never give up. And that's exactly what we're doing here. This isn't sponsored by Red Bull. We're very fortunate to have you guys make all of this possible, but it's just a ragtag group of friends essentially just trying to build a car, and the results actually are speaking for themselves. It's neat to see that anybody put in my spot, I think with enough determination, can actually take on Goliath. This is a Starlink box. It's $500. We have already mounted it to the back of the car. One of the biggest problems I have anytime we go out to an event, 4-rotor, 3-rotor, anything, is that the guys don't know what I know until I relay it to them. This gives the opportunity for the guys to see everything, so they can see what I see and see the trends of, okay, that's not good, that's good. And especially on Pikes Peak, the chance for them to see that while the car is going all the way up the mountain, that's incredible. Now, not just them, like a race team, but potentially even you guys. So this is gonna be something that's available to Patreon. So we'll now connect. Oh, online? There's 0 internet on Pikes, so this might really work out. We are very thankful to be at FanFest thanks to the wrap company, Auto Film Solutions. We got some setup to do, got to figure out some logistics, but we are here. It's Dua Lipa, how can you not? I gotta warm up for FanFest. There was lines of people to meet me, and that never gets old. That never is like an annoyance. That means I'm doing something right, you know, that it emotionally impacts other people. It's weird because you get stuck in that shop, you're just there, but there are human beings that this, you know, is touching. I never take that for granted because tomorrow you don't make videos, it all goes away. But it's just neat to see how much this build shows that the average guy with extraordinary drive can do it. It's not cheap, it's not easy, but anybody can do it. With how qualifying went this morning and how FanFest went this evening, I couldn't ask for anything more. I turned off anti-lag so I don't hurt the car, but I would shoot some big flames. Anything between you and the ground is probably something that you need to spend money on properly. Erica has been begging me to get Bombas. I am in love. On top of them just being the highest quality size, they take care of the community as well. Homeless shelters, the most commonly needed items are socks, shirts, underwear. When you purchase one gets donated. This is like their mission. They've donated over 150 million items. That's what I've known about Bombas. So they have a nice variety. And then Joel earlier made fun of me because there's a set of these that has left and right. And he's like, Rob, you have those on backwards. And sure enough, I did. But look at these little ankle cutouts. At first I was like, oh, okay, that'll be whatever. It's super comfortable. There's no toe seam. Now, of course,
Oh wow, I thought the ankle dip would be like noticeable.
Bombas is shipping to over 200 countries worldwide. Not only feel good, but do good with Bombas, knowing that each purchase is doing something very good. New customers get 20% off of their first order going to bombas.com/RobDahm and using the discount code RobDahm. This video is made possible by Bombas. It is load up day and we are at UPP like we were last year. It's kind of a tradition now to do the last bit of what we can do to get our best foot forward for tomorrow, which is technically midnight tonight. The car is running incredibly well, but we are generating so much more heat, particularly in the exhaust system. So we are going to insulate the shit out of the turbo, the downpipe, the uppipe, everything. I found a really cool obscure thing that because there was no turbo blanket on the car, the turbo sits right next to rotor 1. Well, on some of my runs, when the oxygen sensors were working, what you would see is rotor 1 would start needing less and less fuel. And I was like, that's weird, because rotor 1's runner was getting so hot. And so I was getting less dense air into rotor 1. We're gonna be making sure that we shield the intake manifold from the heat, as we did last year. That piece wasn't brought with us for some reason. We got a lot of things that we just have to fine tune, but thankfully the list isn't long and it's not really deep. It's just a lot of the small things that'll just make it where we just go as fast as possible tomorrow. It feels good. The guys are so efficient. Everybody's waiting on the wiring guy. So we got a Starlink, as I've shown you earlier in the video series, but that takes the lowest precedence. And sure enough, we got through the rest of the list to the point where we now have Wi-Fi in the car. We got the entire list of all the ideal and dream things that we wanted to get done for the car for Pikes Peak, and we aren't at the very last second. It's closer to 2:30. What sucks right now is that we're gonna be on time, which means everybody's on time, which means there's gonna be a massive traffic jam, which I already just saw a message on. So we're gonna hurry up and wait, and then hurry up and wait, and then be screamed at to get our car out of the trailer like in 10 seconds. But that's the nature of, I think, these type of events. All my wiring's done. It's atrocious, but it's 100% functional. We're gonna load up and drop the car off at its final place at Pikes Peak. We are awake. It is 6 a.m. and it does not look like 6. I mean, maybe this is what 6 a.m. looks like. I don't know normally. Rob slept in the bed of the truck, which I think was a very selfless act because it saved the oxygen content that we don't have. We got about 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep, and it was pretty solid. Got a little flip-flop in there, but it's time for us to go set up and start the craziest day of the whole week. This right here is what actually sets the time. I want to see if I can hack it real quick. Just kidding. It's go time, it's race time. They put me on pit row, and as a result, it's been a lot easier for people to find us. We're gonna get this on there. I think I'm gonna try and get the guys fed. None of us have really eaten anything, so the line looks short at the food place, so we'll go do that now. Things are getting a little questionable. We got another driver's meeting, which means that there's gonna be an update. I think it's probably gonna be a bad one, that it is so windy that rocks are blowing down on the road, and we might only do a third of the course. And so it's a rumor on the street, although drivers are congregating, and the rumors just keep getting worse. The cool part is, when you guys see my time this year, and it's half the course, it'll look like I've made a lot of time up. I'm running a 7-minute or something like that, when really it's only a part of the course. Still a chance, we'll take what we can get, but the thing is, they make it very even. Even if it got better throughout the rest of the day, everybody gets the same exact experience.
Don't have the greatest of news. The winds up there gusting really strong. It's going to be too long before those go down if they do. There's like ragged edge, double cut. There's so much debris. There's big chunks of rock and little rock, and it's just, we couldn't get to keep it clean. And then just with some of those gusts of winds in your lighter cars, there's a really high chance it will lift and, throw you into the mountain somehow. So just not safe enough. So we're going to run to Glen Cove. It's really just a matter of safety for personnel as well up there. They're blowing out windows with the gusts and stuff like that. Nobody ever wants this news, but we'd rather run one course as opposed to, you know, starting one way and ending another. So that's part of the decision as well.
This absolutely fucking sucks. It's basically just qualifying. But I wanted at least to do 2/3 of the course because that's what we gained so much time on, and we're faster than the potential record. So A, we're not going to be able to officially break the record, which is heartbreaking because we're looking to do it, and B, it's just kind of like, okay, it's like a super overcomplicated qualifying day. We have all these things that we need to test. We know that it works for that much. So yeah, I can still send it fully, but my goal was to send it fully for 10 minutes and 32 seconds, you know, not 4 minutes and 15 seconds or whatever. At this point, we'll do what we gotta do. We still get to drive through the toll booth thing at speed. That's always a super epic thing, but everybody's gutted. I clearly am too. We are having a fun gentleman's bet now about what the coolant temperature will be at the end of the run. I'm thinking positively that it's going to be only 190.
I think it's going to be about 200. We're going to be ripping pretty hard. Yeah. It's going to create a lot of heat. We'll see what happens.
I said 210.
Yeah. Christian, what do you think the coolant temperature is going to be at the end of basically qualifying today?
220.
220?
220, yeah.
All in 10 degree increments. We were already in we're going to go 100% this year. It's shorter, so yeah, go 100%. Well, shit.
Now we go 120.
We'll go crank it to 11. I got the really rudimentary telemetry data stuff working. I got my Starlink. I'm gonna have to pee or poop in the bushes, but I'm gonna take my bag with me so I can just look at the logs while I'm waiting. We'll make the most of this, and like I said, if my time to the toll booth is faster than Mad Mike's, I was the same speed at him at the top, so it's kind of a extrapolation and honest, it is pound for pound a comparison. If I'm not as faster than him, it's still a pound for pound comparison, but I'm gonna give it hell. I'm absolutely gonna give it hell. Sean Bass is going right now, which is about 7 in front of me, so it's almost go time, and the excitement's up, the anticipation's up. I got that little gut feeling. I'm gonna get in my routine, and I hope I can get under a 4:37. We just got the 12-minute warning, so it's like 3 cars ahead of us. So I'm gonna get the rest of my stuff on. I'm not holding anything back. We're just gonna give it our best and have a blast doing it.
Go! Hell yeah!
And here comes Dahm with one of the best sounds I've heard all day. Under the starting gantry and beginning his climb up the first 2 sections of the Pikes Peak International Hill Climb. Rob Dahm, 1:52.913. And that's actually a pretty solid time. Puts him about P30 overall. But again, in the Pikes Peak Open category. So again, we'll see where he lands. That would put him around 8th or 9th place if he could maintain that speed all the way to the top.
Right there. Oh. Yes, that was amazing. Oh my fuck. You're a good girl. You did it.
Man.
Oh no!
Commentator curse Rob Dahm. That car, we're hearing potentially will have mechanical of some sort, but hearing blown up. That was coming at some point. Unfortunate for Rob Dahm, but he's going to learn from this, and he'll be back, I'm sure. So here's a look at it again, climbing up. There's a lot of smoke from it. Did he just pull off, or did it go up in a puff? Oh boy, that's a puff of smoke, isn't it?
These guys came to perfect timing. I sent it. I said I promised that was what this year was all about. I came through my promise. It shows you how much harder I was driving the thing. Oh. The fender was melting. The fender itself. Oh shit, these guys are amazing.
Bro wants you to sign.
Okay. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Big ups.
Okay, this is not the first time I have been towed in this vehicle, and this is quite frankly probably the most epic. I am one turn away from the end of the course, and I caught on fire. And I'm not talking about like a fuel line or an oil line breaking loose. I melted the fiberglass fender and it caught on fire. The resin in the fender caught on fire. Oh, hell yeah.
Okay.
I am.
Good, man. That's good.
Hell yeah. To my fellow Pikes Peak contestants, especially ones behind me, I'm so sorry. You gotta appreciate that I sent it like a true rotary owner should. I melted the fender, the fiberglass, the resin inside of the fender, and the vinyl outside of it caught on fire. That's kind of epic. No oil leaks, no fuel leaks. I'm pretty sure I blew the motor. I went exactly as far as I could. And you know what? That data, the data that got me right here, is what's gonna get the four rotor all the way to the top a lot faster.
This is a better ride than mine.
Yeah, jump on it, bro.
Yeah, thank you.
Just shy of the finish, and we can see how close he was to getting to the end. So this is the rally safe map. You can see the 146, see the car number kind of top of the screen. Only a couple more corners left to get to where everybody else is. That's how tight he was to getting to the finish line, Ash. So almost, but not quite.
And you know he feels that heartbreak. He knows he was right there with that incredible car.
Yeah, so unfortunate there for the 146 in Rob Dahm.
One turn. One turn.
You were right there, man.
That's amazing.
Roll your window down. I want to see you.
That's so sick. Yeah.
You were ripping.
Yeah,
I was absolutely
ripping that.
It was
crazy.
We're chilling down here in the pits,
Chilling. Yeah.
and we saw Rob blow up.
Shit's fucked.
We were a little concerned, but he seems to be in a really good mood about it. Somebody told us he was on fire. He said he's not on fire.
It was
so
just
that's
the fender.
good.
It was just the fender.
I am still coming down from how fucking epic that was. I've got the laptop. I have my backpack. I got all my sour snacks. I've got all the fans here with me. I couldn't have asked for a better thing. The one turn before the end is so me, so true to spirit, that I couldn't have asked for anything better. I have 18 check engine lights. One of the things I was complaining about to the guys privately is like, I'd rather hang out at Glen Cove, which is this area right here. Since we were ending the race here, this is where I wanted to hang out. I didn't want to go up there. I wanted to be here. And so honestly, breaking down and getting to hang out here is a dream come true. I'm still on cloud 9. I absolutely love it. Well, this is kind of funny. The tow hook snapped off. What happens when you don't fully penetrate a weld? That's hilarious. So thankfully we have the crossbar. Third time's a charm. We got this. We got this. I get a prime seat to the Parade of Champions. We are the last. This was a very sacred moment for me last year. It's actually a pretty sacred moment for me this year too, because it's pushing the limits. But there it is, the race is over.
Hey, you ran down the mountain?
It's a cardio event, right? Oh my fucking god, that was the sickest thing I have ever done in my life. Last year's full run was amazing. This, nothing left on the table. Every safety was off. The car, who said 220? It was 219.
Hey.
I made it to 219, both oil and water. 219. The exhaust caught the hood and the fender on fire.
It wasn't an oil fire, it wasn't a coolant fire. We got here's the limit of what you can do data. Caught on fire one turn before the end is so perfect because we were aiming for one more turn. So I regret zero. Pound for pound, compared to Man Mike's run, I was faster, no question. Could I have been better? Sure, but I gave 100%. That is my best. Last year we left a lot of the table. What an epic way. Oh yeah, there it is. I stopped because I couldn't see. Whatever was burning out of the exhaust and just smoking me out. And I was like, I kept pushing. You'll see the last 2-3 turns. I couldn't see what I was doing. I went into sump, one gear too high, hooked the brakes. The car drifted, downshift, got through it. It was like the fastest way to do it. It was so sick.
I'd like to encourage everybody, I mean, you know that from last year, to help you guys. And if you're in process of the build, keep us informed and send us pictures, send us videos of what you're doing. Because you're just based in LA, right? I'm out there occasionally. I would be more than glad to pop in. You have to take everything that you learn. You go do your little short time stints and stuff, you know, multiply it times 5 to get that far. You see, it's really a good thing that we didn't run the whole road today.
To be honest, part of it was, okay, today's kind of a throwaway that way. I turned all of my safeties off and went 100%, just for myself. And so I would have left way more in the tank to make the run. But last year was all about the endurance, and this year was all about, okay, what's 100%? One of the coolest things about this is I saw one of the race directors and I saw Melissa, the CEO. Not a single person was upset. Every single one of them was saying, we can't wait to see what you do next year. I feel part of this now. And at least for the fans, it was memorable, and for me, it certainly was.